Do you often think to yourself,
I wonder what day of the week my birthday falls on this year.
I wonder what day of the week Halloween falls on this year.
well, you've come to the right place because I know exactly how you can find out. My math professor is Yusenia Vieira, also known as the Human Calendar. He holds 3 Guinness World Records, one of which he was calculating 93 calendar dates under 1 minute using an algorithm he created. But not all of us are human calendars like my professor is. Luckily enough, he's given me the algorithm, and I'm going to teach it to you today. I know, it looks tough, but with this tutorial, I'm going to teach you exactly how to use it. Now, let's begin calculating your calendar day. The calendar algorithm is only accurate enough to calculate days of the week for dates on the calendar that we use now, which, if you didn't know, is the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar has been in use since October 1582. Fun fact, it is named after Roman Catholic Pope Gregory XIII, who introduced the calendar himself. He noticed flaws in the Julian calendar, which came before it, like the length of a year and the amount of leap years in the span of time. So on October 4th, 1582, the death of Mother Teresa of Spain, the church decided to convert to the Gregorian calendar. The next day would be October 15th, and the calendar would go into effect. The Gregorian calendar is not perfect in representing the length of a year, but scientists make sure that the small shortcomings are accounted for by making a few days longer than others. Don't tell anybody. All this jibber-jabber sounds really boring, but it is important to know that because of this, the algorithm only calculates dates from about 1600 onward. Keep that in mind when you pick a date to calculate. Your date, like all dates, must have a month, a day, and a year. Let's take, for example, August 24th, 2014, the day that Beyonce shut down the VMAs. Now, if you watch the VMAs like I do, you would know that MTV airs its award shows on Sundays. Now, let's use this algorithm to see if it works. The first part to using this algorithm is to calculate the sum of the month, the day, and the year. This part corresponds to the year. We're going to start with that. First, you take the last 2 digits of the year that you're calculating. In our case, it's 2014, so you put 14 here. Then, you add the rounded down estimate of the last 2 digits of the year divided by 4. What does that mean? Simply, you take 14 divided by 4, and then you round down. 14 divided by 4 is 3.5, rounded down is 3. It is really important that you round down and not round up. This is really crucial to the algorithm. Next, you just add 1. This part accounts for the leap days that occur every 4 years. Now you add the century. And the number that corresponds to the 21st century is 0. Yes, we love 0. Next, we consider the month. And like the century, the month has a table of corresponding numbers. The last part of this step is really simple. Add the 2-digit date. In our case, it's 24. You should always get a whole number. If you don't get a whole number, I strongly suggest that you check your calculations. We're almost done. The last part of this algorithm is to divide the sum, 42, by 7. Like Professor Vieira said when he taught me this algorithm, the remainder is what it's all about. 42 divided by 7 equals 6, remainder 0. This remainder is very important. Surprise, surprise, the days of the week have a table too. Our remainder is 0, so our day is Sunday. Therefore, according to our calculations, August 24th, 2014 lies on a Sunday. That MTV airs its award shows on Sundays. You think I'm lying? Go check your calendars. Which brings me to my next point. If you're ever in doubt of your mathematical abilities, don't hesitate to check your calendar. It will only further prove that the calendar algorithm works. And if you still don't believe me, try another day, like your birthday, or the day the world was supposed to end. Just to make sure, let's go over the steps again. Number 1, pick a date after Friday, October 15th, 1582. Second, use the algorithm and whip out a calculator if you need to. Add the year, the rounded down estimate, plus 1, plus the number that corresponds to the century, plus the number that corresponds to the month, plus the day, divide it all by 7, and the remainder should give you the day of the week that the date lies on. Number 3, check if you need to, or try another date for fun. And we all think math is useless.